Matt, we're going to get to the phone lines here. We're going to go to Charlotte, who's been hanging on patiently for us. Charlotte, thank you so much. What can we help you with tonight?
Hey, Charlotte.
Hi. I was calling on behalf of my sister.
Okay.
She has a stepson that has been diagnosed with dementia. He's in the hospital.
Okay.
And he has no one but a daughter and his father, which is my sister's husband.
Okay.
And my sister's husband has been diagnosed with dementia. And we're trying to find out how my sister can get power of attorney or whatever to help take care of him medically and financially.
Gotcha.
His daughter lives in South Mississippi with 2 babies, and she says she just can't do it.
Gotcha.
And so,
Charlotte, does everybody live here on the coast, basically?
No, sir. My sister and her husband lives in Perry County, and
Okay.
the daughter and the son lived in Perry County, but right now he's in the hospital.
Okay.
And the daughter lives around Picayune.
Okay. All right. Matt, sounds like everybody's in the state, so that's a little bit of good news there. What are your thoughts?
That does help. Listen, a power of attorney, it can help. But really, we need to probably consider something a little bigger, a little more detailed, such as a guardianship or even a conservatorship.
Okay.
What I would need to do is, you've got to talk to your sister, because that's quite an obligation. You have to go into court, and the court grants, probably your sister, usually a family member, essentially power over this person. Usually, if they're incapacitated mentally, physically, or what have you, you have to kind of present evidence, and the court has to agree that that person needs the help. And then you essentially become basically in charge of that person, and then you'll have to answer to the court if things go wrong. But it gives you but it limits that person's ability to enter into contracts, Kenny, and settle cases and do things. It really kind of takes some legal authority from that person and gets it to you. It almost kind of reverts it to a parent-child kind of situation.
Type of situation.
Right. Even when that person is an adult, could be 40, 50 years old, and these things do happen. They're quite common, and the courts are very comfortable with that. And it's really what you have to do when the situation, like when someone becomes mentally incapacitated, something like that. It's really what has to be done. So
and dementia would definitely qualify.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you need to talk to some lawyers. A lot of people do that. That's really a chancery court matter, kind of what we talked about earlier. There are a lot of lawyers that specialize in that. If you want to call my office Monday, I'll give you the list of 4 or 5 great lawyers. You can call one. And
kind of do family law.
Absolutely.
Focus more on the family law.
Absolutely.
Yep. Matt, real quick, go back over, because I think you touched on something that was really important. You hear the term power of attorney all the time.
Right.
But it has limitations. Like you were saying, there are ones that have more responsibility. Go over that again real quick.
I'm happy to, and we ought to do a kind of a show. We haven't done a show on wills and estates in a while, and there's really kind of a toolkit that everyone really should have. You should have a will, all right? Everybody should have, every adult should have a will. There should be a power of attorney, and that's usually in a case where there's a temporary need for someone to step in, for example, in an auto accident, or someone's out of the country, and allows you, a holder of the power of attorney, to go into banks and things like that and do very basic transactions instead of the person. And there's also something, a durable power of attorney and a healthcare directive. So those are things that everybody in really Mississippi should have, and we need to do a show on that, Kenny, to kind of outline those.
Writing that down.
Yes, you should show on that.
Wills, got it.
Right.
And conservatorships.
Absolutely.
Got it. Yep,
for sure. So, but yeah, a power of attorney, it's a nice step. It's a nice step in the right direction. It's a little bit limited, but in that kind of case, if we're talking about dementia, that you're going to need kind of bigger ammo, bigger guns than that.
Go for something like that.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Charlotte, hope that helps out for you a little bit. Sounds like you could do it on your own, but your best bet would definitely see an attorney, right?
Absolutely. And honestly, and I think a lot of lawyers are cognizant. I mean, that sounds like a very sad situation, and so
it does.
It's not really a money maker. There's a filing fee, of course, but a lot of lawyers will do that as cheaply as they can, understanding kind of the situation.
Okay. Charlotte, best of luck moving forward for sure.